Howdy and welcome to the Pals podcast. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about what exactly a podcast is and what I'm going to be doing with such a podcast. Let me give you a little bit of background about myself. I've been doing YouTube and Twitch for approximately 3 years now, and I've mainly focused on gaming and, connecting with people that way. But I had this thing. I was like, I really enjoy connecting with people and understanding how people are and sharing my experiences with people so they can understand how certain situations can be, looked at. So I was like, okay, it'd be a great idea. A podcast. That would be incredible. I've had a few people ask me to be a part of podcasts and do a podcast, so I am here now. I'm going to give you the Google way of saying what a podcast is, what Google has told us. It says it's a digital audio file made available on the internet for downloading to a computer or mobile device, typically available as a series, new installments of which can be received by subscribers automatically. So pretty much what it is saying is that a podcast is something that you can download automatically and listen to in order to hear somebody's, beliefs or what they think of or whatever. Here's my take on a podcast. Okay, I believe a podcast is something that people go to not only connect with, but kind of understand certain types of situations and kind of adapt to what they've never been through before, if that kind of makes sense to you. I think it's very important that we as humans can connect well with each other and understand exactly what we're going through. And I think it's kind of important that we connect well with each other, because we kind of get stuck in our own little world that kind of makes us think, okay, I'm the only one here and I have nobody to go to and nobody really understands what I'm going through. So a podcast can get you from going to feeling lonely to finally feeling like somebody's there and can connect and understand exactly what you're going through. Because I know exactly, everybody in this world has a different life. Everybody has something different going on that some people don't understand, at least they think. But there are people out there that have been through certain situations that are similar to yours that can be out there and help you. So every podcast I've listened to has been, people kind of telling you exactly what they believe in, but also kind of sharing what they feel like they can do to help you. So that's typically what I really want to do with this podcast. That's why it's called the Pals Podcast, because we're all pals. We're all in this together. We all live on the same earth. I say we're all the same. And it doesn't matter who you are, what you've been through. I appreciate you being here, and I hope that you'll continue to stay through all of the podcasts. And remember, it will be on YouTube if you miss it. So why did I really start a podcast? Well, I'm a communications major in college, and I kind of realized how important it is to connect with people and how important it is to talk and interact. Because if you kind of just sit there by yourself and not really learn about anybody, then you kind of miss out on what you could have had. I didn't realize that once I got into college that I would make so many friends and be able to communicate with people, and having those friends there with you, even if it's just to talk for 2 minutes, it really helps, and it really helps you develop as a person, because you not only learn how to adapt and talk to certain types of people, but you have people there for you whenever you need it. So, being able to do a podcast like this, I can really connect, and I can really be with people and understand exactly what they have been through, and you can understand kind of what I've been through. I've been through a lot to get to the place that I am now, and obviously I can't share everything because some things are personal, but I'm just saying we've all been through a lot of stuff. I don't care who you are, how old you are. We've all been through something, and that doesn't mean that your something is worse than somebody else's. I feel like everybody has certain types of struggles that somebody else hasn't been through, which makes it seem like they're the same type of issue. I don't think that you should try to tell everybody that your issue is worse than somebody else's, so you're not going to help them. I think you should try to help each other. I think it's very important that you sit there and help each other, and that's kind of why I decided to start podcasting, because I think it's very important that we connect and help each other. If we're just gonna sit here and kind of just live our own life and not really do anything to help each other, we're not gonna progress anywhere. We're gonna sit here, we're gonna complain about our lives, and we're not gonna go anywhere. So I think it's very important that we stick together and we try to get through this one step at a time. So I've had a few questions. What will my podcast be about? Okay, so you know me. If you've been around here for a while, you understand that I can easily talk about pretty much anything. I will not talk about topics that I have not been through. Okay, so say I haven't had a certain type of job. I'm not going to sit there and tell you exactly how you need to fix something if I don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? Like, hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say there. I want my podcast to be about, you know, connecting and helping each other, but also it could be something as simple as gaming. Like, I could talk about Fortnite, I could talk about anything. As long as you all want to listen to it, I'll be able and willing to talk about anything. Obviously, there are certain things I'm not allowed to talk about on Twitch and YouTube, and I have to respect that. So I will try to talk about as much as I can with whoever I can. How long will the podcast be? So I was thinking to start out, just because we're starting out and trying something new, it's probably best that we only do it for around 30 minutes just to start out. You know, I don't want to extend it too far, because, you know, we're just starting out, just trying to start something new, and I think it's going to be a good thing. Honestly, I hope that you all in the chat will really appreciate what I'm trying to do here. I'm not trying to do it for myself. I'm trying to more do it for you guys. I really hope that you can really adapt and understand exactly what I'm talking about. So, will I ever have people on the show? I would love to have certain people on the show. Let me give you an example. An incredible person that I would love to talk to, EXO. He's been in my streams before. You probably know him. He's awesome to talk to and just kind of communicate with. I think it would be great to have people like that on the show, and just to talk to them and see how they're doing. And, you know, I really want to remind people and motivate people to really understand that they are making a good impact. So I would love to have him on the stream, or on the show, the Pals podcast. If you have any questions, by the way, in the chat, make sure to let me know. I would love to answer them. I'm also streaming on Twitch. If you are watching this on YouTube, I really wanted to be able to stream it so people could see it live. So I am here, and I'm happy to answer any type of question. So will there be a place I can rewatch? Of course there will be. Like I said, it will be on YouTube. You can go into the VODs on Twitch. It will be on there, accessible to anybody, and you'll be able to check that out there if you would like to. If not, it's all good. What is a podcast? All right, so I did cover this earlier, but I would love to be able to tell you again, because I do know that some people aren't able to be here at the beginning of the stream. So if you did miss out, here's the Google way of saying what a podcast is. It says, what is a podcast? A digital audio file made available on the internet for downloading to a computer or mobile device, typically available as a series, new installments of which can be received by subscribers automatically. So that's the outtake on what exactly a podcast is for you know, regular basis. But I feel like podcasts are mainly used in order to share experiences and help people out in situations they either haven't been through or are going through currently. And I think it's the best way to connect to certain types of people. And, you know, that's kind of why people listen to podcasts. They decide, you know, I can really understand what this person's going through, because I'm going through it too. And, you know, you can kind of learn exactly that you're not alone, and one day somebody's going to be there to help you. And I'm always here to help anybody. I try to be that guy that'll sit there and literally message you at 3 in the morning if I have to say, hey, you are important and you do matter. I think that's very important too. So now you kind of know what a podcast is and what I really want to do with it. And like I said, it's only going to be around 30 minutes each, and hopefully y'all are okay with that. I'm going to try to do them every Tuesday, but if something changes or something bad happens, I will let you know in the Discords and socials and stuff like that. But like I said, this is the Pals podcast, so I would love for you to send questions. I would love for you to talk in the chat and send me questions. I would love to have suggestions on who should be on the show if I can contact them. You can't be putting like Tim the Tap Man, because obviously I'm not going to be able to get him on here until I'm famous. But yeah, I would love to have some people on here and just kind of ask them a little bit about themselves and what exactly got them into whatever they're doing right now. And it doesn't have to be specifically gamers. It could be kind of small streamers that you know that maybe I haven't checked out yet, or somebody of that nature. That'd be pretty great to have as well. I would love to see that, and hopefully you all would too. So if anybody has any questions, like I said, just let me know. I think it's very important that, you know, as humans, we try to understand that we're not all perfect. We're all not going to have all the answers. You know, we're going to sit here and we're going to talk about life, but just because I say something doesn't mean I'm perfect and I know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm saying everything that I talk about is going to be from experiences, okay? So say a certain situation happened to me and the outcome was different from yours. That doesn't mean that one of us are wrong, okay? That means that we've had different experiences, and it's okay that we've had different experiences. I'm just saying what I share is going to be all about, you know, what I've been through. I don't want to share something that I've never been through before, because that just loses its genuality. You know, it's not going to help anybody if I just tell somebody, hey, do this, when I have no idea what I'm talking about. So everything I talk about is going to be something I've been through. And I already have some great topics in mind. In chat, if you want to put some topics down, that'd be great. Or in the Discord, just let me know in suggestions. That would be awesome as well. Thank you all for the hosts and for just being here and chillaxing with me, by the way. I do appreciate it. Y'all are incredible people. Thank you so much for being here. Let me just shout out a few people in the chat for being here on day one of the Pals podcast. All right, we got Zeman here. Thank you so much. We got Austin here. What's up, Immortal Storm as well? Thank you so much, Chloe, for being here. We also have Kaylin here. Thank you so much. And we got Venom. We got Josh, one of my great and incredible mods here today. I don't think I... All right, we got Zoods here as well. We got Black Fox. Thank you so much for tuning into the podcast as well. If you're not following Black Fox, make sure to go check her out as well. Could I do it with Kenny or Justin? I would absolutely love to have a Pals podcast with one of them. I think it would be an incredible way to kind of get to know them a little bit more, because you have content creators, okay, and you kind of have your own little character, I guess. When you go on as a streamer, you kind of change who you are. Not exactly like who you are, but you kind of change how you are. I guess that would make more sense. So you don't really get to know kind of who the streamers are. You know of them, but you don't really know who they are. So I think Justin and Kenny would be incredible to have on the podcast. That would be an amazing idea. And like I said, if you have any questions, let me know. What type of topics do you want? Oh, that's a perfect question. Thank you so much for asking that. So I think important topics, okay? I'm not going to talk politics. I'm not going to talk anything that's going to start controversy, because one, that's not allowed. Two, I don't want people to come into this podcast thinking that they're not allowed to have their own voice and that people are going to be angry at them for thinking the way they want to. So I was thinking, you know, I could talk about getting a job, you know, finding out what to do after high school, how exactly I feel about, you know, the educational system, and what could be improved about it, what's good about it. Relationships, I've been through a lot of those. Not actually a lot of those, but I've been through a lot of heartbreak. So I could talk about heartbreak. I could talk about gaming, anything like that. It doesn't have to be something super sappy, you know. It could be anything. But those are like main topics I would love to talk about. I could talk about an internship. I could talk about life. I could talk about something that somebody specifically told me that I could talk about, like one of their experiences. It could be anything. Honestly, I would love to just chat. It'd be great. That's okay, Chloe. Bullying, that's a big one. I could definitely talk about that. That has happened to me before, so I can definitely talk about that. And there's going to be deep topics. So if you are sensitive and you will not be able to handle something like that, please, please do not tune in to the podcast, because I do not want you to feel uncomfortable. I do not want you to feel like you can't really relate or understand what's going on. But I do appreciate you being here and attempting to try to be here. I just don't want you to feel like you, just because you have something that feels different about you, like a different thought, or you think that we don't share the same knowledge or whatever, it's okay. I'm not going to be offended if you don't want to show up to the podcast. I just appreciate the thought that all of you have wanted to show up today, and you all are incredible for that. Thank you so much. The rap community, I don't know if I can really talk about that. I've never been in the rap community before, so can't really talk about that. So that's a no bueno. But like I said, it could be pretty much anything. Like I said, also, make sure to shoot me with some ideas. Of course, I would love to talk about things that you all would like me to talk about, because I know I'm young, but I've been through a lot, like a lot, to get to where I am today. So I'm not afraid to share my experiences in order to help somebody else, if that makes sense. Because I know how easy it is to get lost in life and feel like you're alone and feel like nobody understands you. But there are people out there that care about you and that do understand. I care about you. Honestly, I'm serious. I care about every single one of you. If I've met you, that means I care about you. Honestly. And I have to keep repeating that because I do understand that some people are easily forget that. On bullying, it's a big topic. It is a big topic, and I hate that people stoop so low that we have to talk about stuff like that, but I will definitely talk about something like that. The nicest guy I probably know. Well, thank you so much. I don't do this for the fame. I don't do this to get money. I don't do this because I want something out of it. The thing, I do this because if I know that I have helped somebody that day, made somebody smile, helped somebody through a dark time, you know, made somebody feel better that hasn't felt good in a long time, that's what makes me feel good. And it should make you feel good too. Like if you could easily walk around, and if you just smile at somebody, that's a simple gesture that shows people that you care enough to kind of show them that you're there and that they're there too, and you can see them. Because some people forget that, you know, there are people around them and they don't really understand that they matter to other people. It's so easy. It's so easy to get trapped in the world today. It's so easy to get caught up in this negativity and the darkness and the hardships and the hard times. And I understand that. Like I said, I've been through some tough times to get to where I am. So that's why I try so hard every single day that, you know, I go into DMs and message people saying, hey, I hope you have a great day. I go into smaller streamer streams and I go, hey, you're doing great. Don't forget that. Never give up on yourself. And obviously I can't do that with everybody. You know, that would just be me spamming everybody. It's Twitter, and I can't get like billions and billions of people's Twitters and stuff and do that. But for the people I know and that the people that, you know, I kind of stumble upon, I hope that I leave such an impact that it makes them realize that not only are they doing something great in the world, but that they try every single day to make the world a better place. Hopefully when I'm done forever with this podcast, somebody will continue it, or somebody will continue to remember that positivity is important and can be put into this dark world. Because, you know, you can sit there all day and say, this world's never going to change. Nothing's ever going to happen. We're always going to have some type of terrible thing happen. And I mean, I guess that's technically correct because there's billions of people in here. There's always going to be some small little issue. But the only way that we can change us is by us trying. You know, we can't just sit there and be like, all right, we're just going to settle for this terrible thing, man. We're just gonna let it happen and move on with life. That no. If you want something to happen and it's not happening, maybe that means you're the one that has to make it happen. Does that make sense? You see, it's so easy to just sit there and let let the darkness run over you. You know, there's obstacles in life. Everybody has their own road of life. And there's obstacles in the road. It's your decision to either stop or continue the drive. And it's your decision to allow others on your road and off your road. Make sure to surround yourself with people you care about, but at the same time, you can also make an incredible impact by simple gestures. Talking to somebody. If there's somebody sitting alone at lunch, I know it's tough and it feels weird because the world's not used to something like that, by somebody just helping. But you can walk over, say, hey, you doing all right? If you want to sit with me, that's cool. If not, it's all right. Do something like that. You know, it's simple gestures that can make a huge impact in this world. And if you just sit there and let the darkness take over, obviously nothing's going to happen. And that's not what we want. If we want to progress, we're going to have to keep moving forward. And there's definitely hope. There's always going to be a light to the dark. There's always going to be a good to the bad. But it's your decision whether or not to keep going, to keep fighting, because there is hope. There's always light. I don't care what the world tells you. There are ways to get out. It's your life. You control your life. So it's about time that you take control of your life. Surround yourself with people you want to be surrounded with. Surround yourself with people that share the same interests as you and make a positive impact. Because for as long as I'm living and breathing, I'm going to try every single day for every person I can. And of course, I'm not perfect, like I said. I have flaws. I've messed up. I overthink a lot. That's also a topic I can talk about, overthinking. You know, I'm not perfect. I'm never going to be perfect. But the one thing I can say, even if I mess up, even if something bad happens, I can say this. I tried. That's all you can do. No person in this world is perfect. So what is the problem with trying to learn and adapt and try? Anybody can do it. Anybody can do what I'm doing right now. By trying to make an impact and help people, we can change the world. This is why I'm saying 2019 is the year of Setherson and the Pals, because guess what? Every Tuesday, we're going to try our best to not only help people, but to be there for people. And hopefully, even after the streams, even after talking for 30 minutes or whatever we have, I hope that you take this knowledge and try to progress yourself. Because if you think that, you know, you just listening and just sitting here is gonna change something, it's not. I'm sorry. You have to be the change that you want the world to have. And that's why I'm doing this. I saw the world. I've known a lot of people. I've seen a lot of hate. I've been through a lot of hate. I've been used. I've been mentally abused. It's tough. But it's your decision to make an impact. Your decision. You control you. The world doesn't control you. People don't control you. You control you. And of course, you know, you're going to have jobs. You're going to have people that are your boss. Of course, you're going to have to listen to them. But your road in life is all up to you. Did you know that? I knew that. Why do you think I'm doing a podcast right now? I'm not saying I'm going to be able to do this all the time. I'm not saying I'm not going to have struggles and hardships just because I'm trying to help people. I'm saying it gets easier by just being kind and helping. I'll give you an example. Okay, so I was in my English class last semester, and we had to share a presentation about something we talked about previously in one of our papers. And it just so happened one of my papers was about kindness and changing the world. And let me give you a little bit of a funny take on that. It was from the Batman trilogy. That's what I wrote about. And it was about how Bruce Wayne kind of progressed and started helping people instead of just himself. So you kind of, I was talking about kindness, and I went into the speech kind of just not really knowing what I'm going to say. I didn't write a script or anything. I just kind of free flowed. Okay, that's what I do. I improv. That's my main focus. I improv. That's pretty much all I do. Right now, I don't have a script. I'm just talking. I talk a lot. Hopefully you're okay with that. But we sit here, or I sat there, and even before doing the presentation, I was like, I don't even know what I'm going to talk about. I mean, I talk about kindness. I guess I got this. First of all, I put my merch in the presentation. That was pretty funny. I had my merch there just chilling. I was like, hey, you should buy my merch. Anyways, so I got up there, and it had to be 5 minutes long. Easy for Seth. Seth's already been talking for 25 minutes. So I got up there, and I just kind of thought, okay, I'll talk about what I did for my presentations. But instead of me doing that, all of a sudden, my whole perspective turned into, we can change this world by simple gestures of kindness. I sat in a room of a lot of people, just chillaxing, just to tell them how important it is to make a difference, and that not everybody in this world are bad, and that you, yourself, can easily change the negativity in this world. And it was for, I think it was 6 minutes long. I got towards the end, and I kind of talked about how important it is to connect, and how important it is to remind each other how important we are to each other. You know, I was like, hey, you got a nice hat, you got a nice shirt on today. It was simple gestures like that, and they actually smiled. They actually felt good. And even after giving that simple presentation about how important it is to be kind, the professor walked up to me and he said, that was an incredible presentation. Not because I knew everything I was talking about, not because I was the smartest guy around. You don't have to be book smart to make a difference. He said, that was an incredible presentation. Twice. He said it twice. And I was like, a college professor told me that I made a difference. Just as simple as that. And even the students were happy and excited to see what I had to talk about. Everybody was engaged and wanted to know what I was saying. It was the best feeling. And it's funny because they could relate too. I sat there and talked about how easy it is to get drowned in all the emotions and all the hardships and all the hate in the world. And then they were invested. That's why podcasts are so important to me, because you can sit there and you can really learn not only about the person that is podcasting, but about each other. We're making a community here. And I don't care how big or how small we get, we're here to connect. Will Smith said it best. We all share the same thing in this world. We long for love, we wish we had more time, and we fear death. So we all have the same things in mind. Which means we're all here to connect and be together and learn about each other and progress this world as best as we can while we're here for the next people. We're not just here for ourselves. We're not here for power. That's not going to last forever. We're here for each other. And as long as we have this world continuing to only want power and money, we're not going anywhere. So I think something like this, just as simple as a little podcast every week, can make a difference. I don't care if I have 1 viewer. I don't care if I have 0 viewers. I don't care if I have 1 million viewers. We're going to try our hardest to make some type of impact on somebody. There's going to be someone that listens to every podcast in order to have a better day. And I think as long as I can change the life of one person, That's what's important. Thank you all so much for tuning in to day 1 of the Pals podcast. Hopefully you all will enjoy the rest of the series. I'm going to try to do this every week. If I can do it more often, that would be incredible. Thank you so much for tuning in. Y'all are amazing. Remember, if you did miss the podcast, make sure to check out my YouTube channel, !social. If you are in the Twitch right now, it will be on my YouTube channel. It is called Setherson. I'm going to try to post it as quick as I can. I really want to make an impact on people, and this podcast is going to try. We're going to try our hardest to do what we can do. So thank you so much for being here. We'll catch you all next time. Bye.